Love Boise State Public Radio podcasts? They are free to enjoy, but not free to produce. If you can give, your support helps keep shows like Idaho Matters and Scandalize available to everyone. Donate now at boisestatepublicradio.org.
It's The Connector, Idaho Daily News. Good morning, I'm Troy Oppie. It's Friday, January 10th. This morning, Idaho's state employees could see about a 5% pay raise this summer. That's a recommendation from a legislative committee. Plus, Idaho's congressional delegation making another attempt to get the state a third federal judge. And a Blaine County administrator has filed a tort claim against the county, but it's not clear why. And a record number of firearms tried to make their way through airport security in Idaho last year. All that and more right now on The Connector. Most Idaho state employees could see about a 5% pay raise come July. That's a recommendation from a legislative committee. Our James Dawson explains.
The proposal includes a $1.55 hourly raise for state workers, which is at least a 5% pay bump if you earn less than $64,000 a year. Democrats on the committee, like Senator Janie Ward Engelking, voted against the measure, saying it didn't go far enough, especially for higher paid workers.
I'm worried that they're not even going to keep up with the cost of living, and that's really a problem for me.
Idaho state troopers could see a bigger pay bump of 8%. Republican Senator Dan Foreman says the agency needs higher salaries to retain and recruit more officers.
It takes years of training and expense to produce a trooper with the experience to handle all the things that a trooper has to handle. And this has become, in my opinion, a public safety issue.
Nurses and healthcare staff would get a 3% raise under the plan, with IT workers earning up to 4.5% pay hikes. The Joint Finance and Appropriations Committee will consider the recommendation before finalizing a bill. James Dawson, Boise State Public Radio News.
Idaho's congressional delegation is making another attempt to get Idaho a third federal judge. Representative Mike Simpson announced he was introducing a new bill, co-sponsored by Representative Russ Fulcher, to add a third judge in the Idaho district. Senators Mike Crapo and Jim Risch introduced a companion bill in the Senate as well. Idaho and many federal court districts are swamped, resulting in delays and extra costs to bring in non-local judges. Last summer, the U.S. Senate unanimously passed the Judges Act. It would have added more than 6 new judges to the federal bench, including a third in Idaho. But the U.S. Senate waited until December to pass that bill, and then President Biden vetoed it, saying he was concerned Republicans only advanced it once they knew Donald Trump would retake the White House and its judicial appointment power. Simpson called the new attempt to get a third judge in Idaho a, quote, top priority. The Blaine County administrator has filed a tort claim against the county, but it's not clear why. The Idaho Mountain Express reports Mandy Pomeroy, promoted from within to county administrator in 2021, filed a claim November 21st last year. Blaine County has refused to release the claim documents, citing a section of Idaho code that prohibits personnel information from public release. The Mountain Express reports multiple sources say Pomeroy is alleging problems in the workplace. The claim comes months after an anonymous letter criticizing her was widely circulated in the community. Members of the Blaine County Board of Commissioners refused to comment. A tort claim is not a lawsuit, but can precede one. The county has 90 days from the filing date to respond, or can deny the claim with no response. Western water sources are shrinking due to population growth and climate change. That's why more communities are recycling wastewater back into their drinking water supply. But there's a new study that shows high levels of forever chemicals, known as PFAS, can be found in this wastewater. Those chemicals are linked to cancer and other health problems. The Mountain West News Bureau's Caleb Radel has more.
Researchers estimate that PFAS from wastewater is polluting the drinking water of up to 23 million Americans. That includes people in metro areas, including those around Denver. Contamination levels in the rest of our region are below federal standards. But that could change over time, says Bridger Rule, an assistant professor at New York University who led the research. That's because Western communities are increasingly reusing wastewater.
That will only worsen with climate change because with droughts, you're lessening the amount of precipitation, you're lessening the amount of water we have in the environment to mix with this wastewater.
And the chemicals from it might be contaminating food supplies too. Rule says the biosolids left over from treated wastewater are used to fertilize farmland nationwide, and those materials can also contain PFAS. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Caleb Radel.
More travelers tried to bring firearms through airport security checkpoints in Idaho than ever last year. 64 firearm incidents in total. That's a 36% increase from a year ago across the 6 commercial airports in Idaho. 49 of those incidents were in Boise, a record high. 13 were at the Idaho Falls Airport. No other checkpoint had more than a single firearm incident last year. Criminal charges are possible for anyone bringing a weapon to an airport security checkpoint and up to a $15,000 fine. Among the prohibited items confiscated at Idaho airports last year, someone tried to bring a sledgehammer through the Idaho Falls security checkpoint. Yeah, don't do that. I'm Troy Oppie. You've been listening to The Connector. Have a great weekend. Our news director is Sasha Woodruff. Our general manager is Tom Michael. You're listening to Boise State Public Radio News.